Now that I have some bauxite, it's time to set up the electrolyzer. Unfortunately, this is a pain in the ass because, as you see, is a lot of bauxite. And I'm gonna have some byproducts. So let's first say to only place 39 bauxite at this lot 4. I'm going to arrive here, together with the cells, it's gonna start working. Even though we have some byproducts that we don't want, like this hydrogen and oxygen, I have set up a place to void those. The gas we automatically pulled before, but just at the side of this basic centrifuge, I'm gonna place some filter with any gas cell into this basic canner, so you're gonna remove this thing. And you can see the gas is leaking. Now let's grab this, place this here, say to also do that, and go. And say to give power, of course. Always forgetting power. What you have to the hydrogen, we get it we don't want, can be voided into our little void system. Since each pipe can only void 10 liters of gas at any time, because there is a huge amount of gas, it's gonna use all the 5 sides of it, making so much smoke. Back to atmosphere, son. It's all yours. And it's time to give a little upgrade to our basic our washing and chemical baths. It's time to upgrade them for a higher voltage, so they can work a little faster, because you know they are very slowly. Let's place the advanced here, and the chemical here, and another chemical here. Nice. Now they're working as fast as twice the fast as before, but using more power. So this raises a question: should I not change these filters from low voltage to medium voltage? Actually, no. We don't need, because if we see the voltage required for the chemical bath is only 8 EU for tick. When you go one tier above, it quadruples the amount of EU per tick and half the work of time. So even quadruple, it is 32 EU per tick. So the low voltage can keep its power without any problem at all. And the same goes for the boring washing, I guess. But since it follows the IS2 way of showing recipes, we don't know the actual voltage. That should not be a problem. So let's put this mercury back here. So they all can now work more efficiently. I could do the same with those, but I will not do. The biscuit thermal already uses a lot of energy. The shifting, it can, even though it's using 16 U, even quadruple, it will require 64, and the filters can feed 2 amperage of low voltage with these 64, so it could work, but I don't want. And this one don't have that many recipes, and the EU is way too high for it already. So I could say that this process line is finished. All I need to do is make it more beauty and give it proper colors, like those one yellow because they are medium, and this one it it is green because it's high voltage. Very well, time to make it look more beauty. Now let's build more machines, shall we? Two machines that are left to complete the machine setups. First we need an advanced centrifuge. Just make one here, right quickly. Ta-da! And now the second one is one advanced turbo medium voltage centrifuge. Wait, what? I need to grab the motors. Now we have it. All is left is to place them correctly and color them. So let's grab our precious sphincters and let's do this. Let's put the advanced into the medium voltage and the turbo, which is high voltage, with the high voltage. Then you should probably be asking why. The reason is quite simple actually. We need tungsten to advance it and make something more complicated. But getting tungsten is not that easy. If you don't find the ore, you have a second option. You can get tiny piles of it. You can get tiny nuggets of it by you can get tiny piles of tungsten dust by centrifuging lava, and for that require medium voltage. That's why we made the normal one, the medium voltage. So let's grab some lava, deadly lava. Remember, you take damage, so use your hazmat suit. Here you go. No, let's make sure it's have energy. And go lava. And now it will start the gamble, because previous, when you centrifuged lava, you centrifuged a whole bucket to get all that, but now it is a gamble chance. Yeah, let's see this, 20%, 10, 2.5, 2.5, and 1 point. So we're gonna be stuck here for a while. But remember that each gamble don't use a full cell, on 10 of it. So this is a long gamble. Now moving on to the next part. Why did we make the higher voltage one? Well, the question is pretty simple actually. For all of you that like nuclear power, uranium is a problem. If it will depend on your luck to find some vein that contain uranium. If not, this pitch blade that contain uranite, that when it is centrifuged, or better, chemical react with magnesium or aluminum, you get your precious uranium. So when you get one, you probably should scan it so you can replicate it. But that's not the end. For those of you that want that uranium to actually be used into the to make fuel, following the Gregtech way of processing uranium ore, you don't get what required to make the normal enriched uranium. That is this tiny piles. And I got slapped at that time, remember, because of this. When you do Greg Tech way, all you get is plutonium instead to make your mocks. But that doesn't mean that Greg would leave this out of his mod. So he made a change in the future, or the past if you could now, that when you centrifuge it full uranium dusts, you will get a tiny pile of the uranium we require to make the normal enriched fuel, and that recipe is high voltage. But now, as you can see, it now has been turned into a gamble too. So you need to gamble uranium to get the tiny pile of uranium 235. I don't have any here, but I do have some at my home. Even though the normal dust is not radioactive, I will put my hazmat suit just to be sure. Now let's go here to my resource chest and grab some uranium for us. Now we can go here. In any case, I have already scanned the uranium, I suppose. No, did not. Okay. So let's quickly compress one. And you go here and gamble us some dust, okay? If it had power. Yes, as always, did not have power. Well, while its power, its internal buffer, let's grab this uranium. That when I want, I just need to, I can macerate to get back the dust. And place to scan. Now you probably should be ready to go, so go. And now it's gonna take a lot of time. All of this time and all this energy. Well, let's see if we get something from 8 dusts. And here we have the first result. From that 7 buckets of lava, we get none. But we get some tantalum and something else. But really not worth the trouble, is it? Just go. And here what we have is just 2. Oh my, this is gonna take a while. But at least it followed the old 4 dust for 1 of this. Need more uranium, which I am processing right now to the chemical reactor. Granite more aluminum equals uranium. And the scan is probably finished already. Yes, it is. So let's save this. And now we have uranium here. Let us give it more lava. Let's not accept, let's see the results of our efforts. Let us take a quick look at it. We still have some lava to run. But we get some tungsten, finally. But that's not needed a lot to make one full. It's not because we are full of copper. Let's remove that and continue. And now let's try our luck again to make the tiny piles. Since it was 4 for each one, so we need to place more 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And with some hope we're gonna have enough for it. So let's store this safely. First let's place one here into the arc. And here we go. And here we have the final result is just 5 tiny piles. Oh my. I need a lot more of lava, but if you think that the nether has so much lava to you to process, that isn't really a problem, is it? And also if like people like Bloody Aspen and Bad Alchemy that use forest bees to produce infinite lava, so you can say that all the 6 basic materials you have infinity amount of it. Let's look at the result, and just 5. What should have ended just did not. Oh crap, let's add more and more. This is getting expensive, but you know why I'm doing this very soon. Okay, let us check this now. And we got 9. Finally, we got 9 piles of that blasted so difficult uranium to get. Now what we do with it? Simple. First we turn into a whole dust. Nice. Now we go to the compressor. Yes, compress this. And now it compress into the the industrial craft version, and this we scan it. That is right, scan. So let us wait for this. And almost there. Just a little more. Just one more and it's done. We have scanned that precious uranium. Now we can replicate the uranium required to make the normal reactor fuel. And since it's a hole, this means you can make 3 rods with 3 fuel with each one. So this is nice, isn't it? If you like to use reactor, you can use the old fuel. You have the uranium and you have the other uranium to replicate. But as you can see, this second one is require a lot more than this one here. But that's at least more cheaper than having to use so much dust to get just a knock. I think when Greg discovered this, he probably gonna nerf this or remove the replicators or anything else, and we lose our ability to replicate this uranium, glowstone and lapis lazuli. That are the 3 kinds of stuff that only industrial craft can replicate, and Greg Tech no.